Cuqui was given to me by my parents, mainly because I share my mother's name. My mother's name is also Gladys, so it's a cute way to differentiate us. There's a disputed account in that my aunt says that she came up with the name and gave it to me, and my father says that he gave me the name. No one can remember. When you ask my mom, she has no idea. She can't remember. She just knows that that was always my name, and it's still my name.
That was her father. I don't know, out of the blue when she was born, and she was on the crib, and he called her Cuqui, and then after that everybody started calling her Cuqui, and I guess Cuqui it is until you know, but it has been Cuqui, you know. The closest friend called her Cuqui, you know, but then you know, but that's another thing that I don't know. I can't remember why we call her Gladys either. So it's kind of like a mystery. So yeah.
The way I was raised was my mom was a single mom raising 2 daughters, and then I had my grandfather and my aunt, and so we were raised, my sister and I were raised in like a triad, and we, as far as I can remember, my mom was always working. So sometimes she had 2, sometimes she had 3 jobs during the holidays, and the way we grew up was, you know, she'd take us to a caregiver, maybe my grandfather or my aunt, early in the morning. They would take us to school, they would pick us up from school, we would hang out there until my mother got off of work, and then my mother would pick us up, she'd feed us dinner, she'd cook for us, and then she would get ready for her second job, and we would hang out with my aunt until she got back, or she would put us to bed, and then we'd wake up early in the morning and start all over again. So that's kind of how we grew up.
She liked to dance. She was happy. She was just happy go girly. She was very like animated. Like she had a lot of friends that she used to hang around with. It. They were always dancing. They were partying. And they already had their own little, you know, pajama parties, slumber parties at the house, and so she had a good childhood. You know, she was good. Yeah.
My dad was always kind of in and out of our lives, kind of, you know, at his will. He'd sometimes live in Milwaukee, sometimes not, live far away and then come back. When I was younger, I idolized him because, you know, you always kind of wanted to have him around, but it was clear, I think, when I got older, that shine started to kind of rub off a little bit. My mom was a disciplinarian. She was the mother and the father most of the time. My mother's also a survivor of cancer. She's been fighting cancer since, oh gosh, almost 21 years. And it's gone away. And you know, through it all, she's always been a fighter and a survivor.
There's a picture of my baby shower when I was pregnant with her. Oh, it's gone.
My mom is a pretty amazing cook. My favorite meals, though I will say I didn't appreciate when I was a teenager. Now, as a mom, I thoroughly appreciate her cooking and her cooking like authentic Puerto Rican meals. And so my favorite dishes of hers are those Puerto Rican staples that we had growing up. She makes Puerto Rican rice like no one else. People always love her rice, and if we're going to a family party, they always want her to bring that rice. I always feel like she makes really good like corned beef and white rice and some maduros, some sweet plantains, which are my favorite. She also makes some really great steak, bistec encebollado. So I think those are some of my favorite dishes. Also, she also makes verduras, which are root vegetables with olive oil and a cod type mixture, which is amazing. And so that's kind of some of our favorite meals. But again, I could make a long list of things that I love that she cooks, but she's a pretty amazing cook, so we're pretty lucky to have many to choose from.
Every time we have whenever there's a special occasion or a holiday, and that's what the boys ask for, that's what the family asks for, I just make it here in the house out of the blue, and then just invite them over with it. Or I make mostly rice involved meals, so they like the rice. So that's their favorite meal. Yeah.
So I will say that if you asked me when I was maybe 10, what would I would be when I was 50, I probably, as a 10-year-old, would think like 50, oh, you're almost dead, But I think now that I am 50, I'm far from dead. But I think I always wanted to be an artist. I love to dance, so I thought maybe I'll be a dancer. So when you're younger, like, you think that maybe that could be part of where you end up. And what I'll say now, in what I do for a living and how I ended up in my career, I will say that all those passions somehow are somehow intertwined into what I do. So now, if you ask me, what is it that you do for a living right now? I'll tell you that I am currently the Senior Director of Field Diversity and Inclusion at Northwestern Mutual. And while that doesn't sound very creative, I will say that the creativity that I do now is very much intertwined in the solutioning and in problem solving and in helping people find better ways of being fair to one another and kind to one another. And so I think that is very much a through line in my career.
She's always, her work is very demanding. She works a lot, and sometimes we try to get together as much as we can. Be time-wise, it's sometimes a little difficult. When I need anything, she's there for me. Our relation, we have a relationship is pretty good. It's time-wise, it's a little difficult because for her time-consuming job. So, but we have it's okay. I think it's been a great relationship. Yeah.
I will say, she very much tells me all the time that she's proud of me. And that's something really great to hear. She didn't want me to work as hard as she did. And I think although she may not have wanted me to pick up this one thing that she's given me, I very much understand what that is. If you think about it, we didn't grow up wealthy, but I do believe that hard work is my inheritance. So because of that, I think my mom sees that, and so when she tells me that she's proud of me, I do know that there's a sense of pride that she did well herself too, and I hope she feels that way, because it's true.
I'm super proud of her for the mother that she has been. She's a great mother, great wife, great sister. She's my treasure. She's my she's my world. What can I say? I'm super proud of everything that she has accomplished in her life, and I'm very happy for her, and I wish her nothing but the best and happiness all through life.
That's a wrap, Mama.
Okay.
That's a wrap. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You were awesome. You did amazing.
Yeah,
it was
good
great.
job.
That was awesome.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.